Hello my friends, welcome back to another Vlogmas video. I hope you guys are doing well. The video that I'm filming today are the bags I sold or returned in 2024. We like to talk about a lot of the good, but sometimes it is good to talk about what has not worked out. For example, I posted a video on things I don't like about my Louis Vuitton bags. I posted a recent Chanel bag that didn't work out, all sorts of things. So sometimes it is good to hear about the things that didn't work out and why. So in today's video I have 6 bags in 2024 that I either returned or sold, and then I have 3 bags that are actually on this chopping block that I will share with you at the end. So in case anyone watching this video is interested, I'll put all the details down below. So we're not going to go in any particular order, but I will mention each bag and then I will tell you whether or not I returned it or sold it and why. The first bag I have to mention is not going to come as any surprise, but I sold my YSL Rive Gauche Tote. This one I had been on the fence for a while whether or not I wanted to sell it, because even though it was way too big, it still was such a chic bag and I had wanted it for a long time, but I found that when I had it in my collection it was just way too big and I only wore it one time. Plus, I mentioned to you before that I do have a golden retriever. I have a white golden retriever and the hair that got stuck to that bag was crazy. I mean, I didn't even use it, but if I got it down from my shelf, I would see his hair was attached to it. So the bag was a little big, it was a little stiff, and I just didn't find myself reaching for it. I would think if I would have used that bag, it might be a good beach bag, but anytime I went to the beach I would use my Target beach bag or something that didn't really have a logo on it, because I didn't want to have to worry about it getting stolen if I went in the ocean. And then number 2, I could have used it as a travel bag, but I love using my Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM size for travel. I just find because of the canvas that it doesn't get dirty and I don't really have to worry about babying it, whereas the YSL, because it was black and things get attached to it, I just don't think it would have held up very well. Now I think if I could have gone back and purchased that bag, I probably would have gotten one size smaller and then I might have gotten the white version. I think that might have worked a little better, but either way, I sold my YSL Rive Gauche Tote. It went to a good home. That was the first bag I sold. The second bag I sold was very difficult, but I sold my Chanel red clutch on chain to a very good new home. That was a beautiful bag. I used that around the holidays, had a back pocket. It was really soft leather. But when I initially purchased it, I think I kind of settled because I wasn't able to get the exact bag I wanted. And I think we've talked about this before if you guys saw my recent video about settling. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to sell the clutch on chain and I'm going to use the money to get the bag I really want. So that bag, even though it was pretty and it was a beautiful shade of red, it wasn't exactly what my heart wanted. It wasn't exactly what I was searching for. So because of that, I sold it to someone and now that bag is in a good home. So I'm really happy. I love selling my bags to you guys and then you'll message me and tell me, oh, I love it, or I've been using it. It just makes me feel great knowing that if it's a bag I can't use, that someone else is getting a lot of use out of. And as hard as it was to let that bag go, I am very happy with my decision, because I knew that in my heart of hearts it wasn't the exact shade of red I was looking for. Right, the next bag that I sold this year is my Prada wallet on chain in the crystal. So a lot of you know why I sold this bag. I had always wanted the re-edition in the crystals, but I couldn't bring myself to buy it when it first came out, and I thought, okay, well, if I just get the wallet on chain that isn't as expensive, it will serve the same purpose. But I found that that bag was so tiny, I couldn't fit a lot in it and it just didn't look that great on my frame. If it was a little bit bigger, I think that would have worked out, but you may recall in Vlogmas video number 1, I picked up the Prada re-edition in the crystals and I absolutely love it. It is going to go perfect with holiday outfits, also New Year's Eve outfits. And if you're curious what fits, I did do a what's in my bag video and I share with you everything that fits and you would be shocked so much fits in that bag. So I have zero regrets. That While Unchained went to a really good home, and because of that I was now able to pick up the new re-edition in the crystal, and I'm very, very happy with my decision. Number 4, this bag is not a bag I sold, it's actually a bag I ended up returning. You might recall I did this unboxing right here, and I picked up the most beautiful pale yellow Dior bag. So I got that bag, and that bag was so beautiful, but it was just a little too small for my liking. It did have that chain strap, which I felt made it just a little too dressy, so that when I did try to wear it with a little more of a casual outfit, it just didn't look right. I almost wish that it came with a leather strap. And again, I knew all this beforehand, but it was another one of those situations where you don't quite know how it's going to fit into your collection until you get home and you see. And plus, the one thing I told you that, you know, it was really competing with my Dior raffia bag, because they were very, very similar. Even though one was yellow and one was raffia, I found that they were competing with the same outfit. So for example, any outfit that I would wear with the yellow bag, 9 times out of 10 I would wear with the raffia bag. And I just felt, for the money, and as you know, Dior bags are very expensive now. They're crazy expensive, especially considering the resale market is not really that great. I just didn't think it was a great investment, so I was just having buyer's remorse, and you have to listen to your instincts. So I ended up returning that bag, and in place of that bag I got a beautiful pastel mint. This pastel mint bag is so pretty. I haven't worn it as much as I would have liked this year, but I am so happy with the color. It's one of those bags that is so me. It's so lovely. I just love it. And when I saw that that bag came in the pastel mint, I was like, oh, I need to add that to my collection. And it's very different than the other shades that I have. So even though I would still like to add another yellow bag to my collection, I'm definitely, you know, kind of waiting for that perfect shade, and then I might kind of go the Chanel route. I'm not really sure. I have to wait and see, but I am very happy with my decision to return it, because I was getting buyer's remorse. And if you're getting buyer's remorse for a bag that costs that much, you definitely need to return it, because those bags are not cheap. Okay, another bag that I ended up returning, and this was a bag that was on my wish list. So I had mentioned when I went to Vegas years ago, I had seen this beautiful green Chanel classic flap in the small size. I made the mistake at the time of not getting it when it was in the boutique and it was at the cheaper, more affordable price. And I, again, put quotations because you know Chanel prices are astronomical. So anyway, this bag came up on Fashion File and I was able to get discounts on it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Well, I ended up getting the bag home and I was just really underwhelmed by the color. And then I thought, how often am I really going to be able to wear this shade of green? So once again, it was one of those circumstances that I didn't really know until I got it home. And with, with a lot of these bags, it's hard to know if it's really going to work for you until you actually get it home. So that's why I would recommend, if you do buy a bag pre-loved, you know, get it from Fashion File or a place that you can return it. Take it from me. I've made a lot of mistakes with that in the past, but I got the bag home. The shade was just a little underwhelming. It was very dull, and I do have a picture side by side of like what the picture looked like on the website compared to what it looked like when I got home. And even though it was a beautiful green, I was just not excited about it. And I'm at the point where with my collection, I want to look at all of my bags and I want to be truly excited, and that bag just did not excite me. Plus, there was a little more wear and tear than I thought on the bag, and I want to say it was at the bottom of the bag. There was like an issue with it. So it was one of those bags again that was just too expensive to not be happy with it. So I sent it back to Fashion File and I was able to get a refund. I have one more bag that I sold this year, and then I can share with you the 3 bags that are on the chopping block for my collection. The last bag that I sold was a really cute Chloe mini tote. This was so adorable. It was like a crossbody and it had the pink stripes on it. But the problem I had with this is I was just not really reaching for it that much. If I were to reach for my Chloe tote, I reached for my regular tan version. And anytime I would have reached for this little guy, I would have reached for a pink bag, and I have so many other pink bags that were competing with it, and I kind of reached for it more, and I felt like it was just a little too small for my frame. So for all of those reasons, it was kind of like a last minute decision to sell it, and I did include it in one of my vlog sales, and it was off to a very good home. And all the bags that I sold this year, I'm very happy with my decision, and I don't have any regrets. So now let's move on to 3 bags in my collection that I am trying to sell for various reasons. Let's start with one that has been on the chopping block for a little while now. I think I've featured it in 2 of my vlog sales, but it is this little Fendace little shopper tote. It is so cute. It is the collaboration between Versace and Fendi. It's the most cute little bag. You know, it has these little acrylic handles, it has feet on the bottom, and then it has the Fendi and Versace design. It's really, it's an adorable bag. You know, I've worn it crossbody. But again, it's one of those bags that I can't wear very often because it doesn't match a ton of my outfits, and I just have not like reached for it a whole lot. So if this, and this will come, if you guys are interested, I will put the details down below on how to go about contacting me. You can just send me an email, but I'll put like the details, the price and everything down below. And the cool thing about this, I have all the original packaging, so it's going to come with all the Fendace packaging. So even though this bag, I'm not reaching for it, I know that I can find it a good home, and I would definitely give you a good deal. I like to share what the retail price is too, and then the deal I'm offering, because I'm really trying to give you guys good deals. But this is in excellent condition. It's just that I'm simply not reaching for it, so it really doesn't have my heart anymore. Before I decide to sell it to Fashion File or someplace like that, I always like to see if my subscribers are interested, so it can maybe go to a good home. Okay, the next bag, I mentioned it in my last vlog, and I am selling my Locky BB. When I first got this bag, I used it so much, but it has since, it's now competing with a lot of the other bags that I own. It's competing with my Pochette Métis, it competes with my Odeon PM. Those are both bags that I wear quite a bit. I just don't reach for it. It does have this top handle. I do wish the top handle kind of went all the way down in the back, but it kind of goes towards the front. It does have this buckle. There are a few like minor little scratches, but nothing too bad. You open it up, it does come with a strap here, and then if you get this bag, it also comes with like a little like thin Zumoni organizer. The strap is a thin strap, and it is adjustable, and it is also removable. So again, if you're interested, I will put all the pricing and everything down below, and you can just email me. But again, this is a cute bag. I wore it quite a bit when I first got it, but it's just another bag in my collection that I'm not reaching for, because usually it will kind of compete with some of my other bags that I wear a lot. Okay, and the final bag I'm going to sell is probably going to come as no surprise to you, because I did just do a dedicated video on it, so I won't go into like all the details, but I am selling this red Chanel bag that would be beautiful for the upcoming holidays. It would be beautiful for Valentine's Day, but if you saw that video, you knew that this was just the wrong red. I didn't see it in person. I ordered it. It has more orange undertones, so it wasn't the exact one I was looking for, but needless to say, it is still beautiful. You can see it has the really pretty pearly shift on top of it, so it is a 20 series Chanel bag. It does also have the gold hardware. It's a lovely bag. It's in excellent condition. It comes with all the original packaging, like the box and the dust bag and all of that. So I am going to sell this bag for what I paid. It's way under retail for a Chanel Classic Flap in the medium size, but all I'm asking is to get my money back. I'll briefly explain. To make a long story short, if you didn't watch that video, I was after a specific shade of red. I had never seen the red in person. I put a picture out on a Facebook group and I said, hey, this is what I'm looking for. And then a very lovely lady was like, hey, I don't have that one, but I have this one. I asked questions, you know, I thought it was beautiful. I got the bag and my heart sank because it was more orangey undertones and it wasn't the exact one I was looking for. So I learned a lesson, and after that I really researched the collection, the specific collection that I really wanted and what the exact color was called. I actually did find the bag I was looking for, and that bag is supposed to come within the next couple of days, so stay tuned because I will share an unboxing with you. I'm very excited. I can't remember if I mentioned it to you yet on here that I did end up finding the bag I was looking for. I will give you more details in that video, but again, it was another one of those things where I've never seen the bag in person, so it's going to be a real true unboxing. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it works out. If it doesn't work out, then I am done with the reds. I'm not allowed to buy any more reds. I just have to come to the conclusion that reds are not for me unless I see it in person. So anyway, going back to this bag. It's a very beautiful bag, and I feel like had I not had my heart set on another red, I would keep this, but you guys know how it is when it comes to handbags. If you're looking for something specific and you get something, even if it's pretty, if it's not exactly what you're looking for, you're forever going to be thinking of exactly what you were looking for. And now I got myself into this situation. So anyway, I'll put the details down below of, you know, how much I'm asking for it and everything. And I feel like it's a really good deal and it's exactly what I paid for it. So, and I would offer free shipping to the United States. So anyway, there you have it. These are the 3 bags that are on the chopping block. Feel free to email me if you're interested in any of them. And those are the 6 bags that I either returned or sold. I would love to hear your thoughts. Most of you probably were aware because throughout 2024 I did do some sort of video, or I did mention these, whether or not I featured them in a vlog sale or did a dedicated video about them. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Is there a bag that you really were excited about that you ended up returning, or is there a bag you were really excited about and you ended up selling and it just didn't work out? Let's be honest, as I've stated before, sometimes things just don't work out, and you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Things always have a way of working out. So anyway, thank you again for watching. Thank you again for joining me for Vlogmas. I know I've said this before, but I appreciate you all taking the time to watch. It means the world to me. If you're new to my channel, I would love to have you hit that little subscribe button, and I would love to have you follow me on Instagram as well. Have a lovely day, my friends. I'll see you in my next video. Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.